Hi viewers, hi again. Welcome to our pre-Pack Expo video series. I'm here with Jorge Izquierdo of PMMI once again. Thank you so much. This time we will talk a little bit about blockchain. So Jorge, let's just get right into it. Blockchain technology, it's one of those, hesitate to say buzzwords because it's a reality, but it's something that's been thrown around as an emerging technology that is going to, or is already starting to make its imprint on the food processing world. I wanted to talk a little bit for my audience about the meat and poultry industry. What are the realities of blockchain for the meat and poultry processing industry? Is there a real benefit for processors to get into it, to look into it if they're not already doing so? And what might it lead to down the road for these processors?
Sure, you're right. Blockchain is a word that normally is related with cryptocurrencies, and there seems to be kind of some mystery around it. Some people think it sounds kind of illegal to some of them. It's nothing of that. It's actually for the industry is more about efficiency, about transparency, how to be able to track every single product unit through the supply chain, and that's what's could make the difference. What can bring a lot of value to the food processors. I guess when you look at some of the things that consumers are looking for, like non-GMO products, like fair trade, like organic, all those kind of things, consumers are getting more and more kind of wondering if about the truthful of the statements of some of the brand owners. So being able to tell them, to prove them via blockchain, this product is being sourced from this specific location and this exactly how it's gone through the supply chain, it has a significant value and has an opportunity to offer a kind of a premiumization in some of the products you can put on the market.
So some of the traceability technologies, operations, whatever you want to call them, out there now for, say, the meat and poultry industry. You know, you have some processors who they'll put on the package, you know, a QR code or a website or something that will tell you, you know, there's a chicken processor, for example, that you can find out exactly where that chicken came from, what farm, what family farm. Does blockchain add to that, or is it similar, or is it maybe, what's the difference?
What makes the difference? Blockchain is really a way where you keep track of how a product is being moved, the supply chain.
Okay.
But the one thing that makes it unique, it's you cannot edit it.
Okay.
Once you have identified a product or the source of a product within blockchain, you can go back and change it. You know, okay. That's what makes it blockchain so valuable. So okay. It's hard to tamper, and it's pretty much almost impossible to tamper, and that's why it's so strong to and bring transparency for the consumers.
Because of the security involved.
It's about security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So what are some of the challenges of blockchain and getting it into full, wider use within, not just the meat and poultry industry, but the food processing industry as well?
So really the big challenge, it's not just about the manufacturer. It's about the whole supply chain. Align them, being able to communicate, to share information, standardize the protocols to share the information, get the trust of all the parties to share the information, and get pretty much all of them working in the same track. That's really the challenge.
So from where you sit in the industry, what are some of the hindrances for some of these companies in terms of getting involved? You know, let's say on an ingredient side or a supply side, why wouldn't a company want to be involved in that, with the processors?
It's, I guess in every company, all or many of the manufacturers are now facing this situation where they see the world of operations as one world and the world of information as a different world. Okay, so the way they communicate between their operations and their management systems it's not closed yet. And in order to be able to work on the blockchain space, you need to get this connection, the IT and OT technologies connected, working together, having that communication resolved. Once you have that resolved, you need to be able to communicate with the supply chain ahead and behind you.
Okay.
And that's the challenge, really.
So it's all the systems have to be able to talk to each other.
Oh, exactly. And many companies within their own companies have that challenge. They have not yet resolved it.
Yeah. And there's a cost to that, of course, and time, effort, and money.
And I guess more, you're right, there's a cost, but it's just the culture of IT and OT and the alignment of those two.
Gotcha. So does blockchain have the possibility of taking the industry significant leaps forward, or is it just another kind of step forward in general? You know, is this a breakthrough, or is this just a great advancement for industry?
I think it will be a breakthrough in many different aspects. Number one, really the traceability will be totally resolved with blockchain. The ability to limit the impact of a recall, for example, would be immense. You know, the potential for avoiding waste, because on a recall, instead of making a clean cut of a very specific lot, you're making very recalls of thousands and thousands of tons sometimes, and that makes it very, very expensive. So the big breakthrough would be certainly safety, transparency, but also in terms of money, your ability to clean cut on what needs to be recalled and make sure to avoid waste.
Yeah, a much smaller lot.
Much
You're
smaller
pulling
lot,
much
absolutely.
smaller lots back. Okay. Great. Jorge, thank you so much for talking about blockchain, and I'm sure we can learn a lot more about these things at PAC Expo. We'll talk a little bit more about automation in our next video, so thanks for watching.
See you at PAC Expo.